Describe for us the UK approach to e-cigarettes and how and why it's in such stark contrast with other countries like Canada and the US.
Right from the outset, we wanted to maximize the opportunities that e-cigarettes present while we manage the risks. So we were never under any illusion that there are risks, and certainly there were risks that were very much unknown 5 years ago. But equally, we knew the huge scale of the opportunity. We have 6 million smokers in the UK, in England rather, 6 million smokers in England alone. And that's 220 deaths every day from smoking-related disease. That's a plane crash every day. So that's the scale of the opportunity, stopping those planes from crashing.
Martin, I'm going to describe for you just a little bit about the impression that vapers have and our audience has of Public Health England and what you all are doing there. You are like manna from heaven. Unbelievable. It's like, wow, there's a whole country that actually believes that vaping is not only could be a good thing, but is a good thing and actively promotes it to its citizens. Describe that for us. Communicate back for us how that approach is. What's the embrace?
If you're a smoker and you've not stopped smoking, try vaping. If you're a vapor, stop smoking. Okay, and that's a really important message. So we don't advocate dual use. We advocate smoking cessation. Stop smoking any way you can. And if that's with nicotine replacement therapy, great, go for it. If that's cold turkey, which is how I gave up, not once but a dozen times, then okay, there are more effective ways to do it, but if that's where you're going to do it, then okay, you'd think you might have done it already by now. But if you're not able to quit in other ways, definitely use an e-cigarette. And if you're vaping, stop smoking.
I want to take you back to the 95% less harmful research that you were talking about earlier, because it really is a lifeline. It's a battle cry for vapers, at least in North America. So in 2015, Public Health England released an evidence report stating that e-cigarettes are 95% less harmful than smoking, than normal cigarettes. Now, this was indeed a seminal report. Describe for us the evidence in the report and what is the science behind the 95% less harmful determination?
What we actually said, I think, was that e-cigarettes are far less harmful, and that 95% less harmful is a good way of expressing that. The 95% less harmful, the 5% of the harm, that subsequently appeared in the Royal College of Physicians report. It first appeared in a report published in 2014 that was led by Professor David Nutt. And David had done this kind of study before where it was a kind of professional consensus process where you get a bunch of experts in the room. So we published in 2014. I guess we were doing the workshop in 2013. And we looked at what data we had, for example, on fires. We knew that smoking was the largest cause of domestic fires. There was little evidence that e-cigarettes were causing any domestic fires at all. We looked at what evidence we had about cancer risk and toxicant exposure, etc. And we had some data on that. And on the basis of the data we had, we looked at a range of products, including snus, smokeless tobacco, different types of smokeless tobacco, e-cigarettes, nicotine replacement therapy, shisha, cigars, small cigars, cigarettes. We looked at the harm to the individual, and we looked at the harm to society, and we made an assessment on each of these criteria, both how much more harmful it was, and how important that harm was. And then the computer churns out a figure, and you see that the index is cigarette smoke by far the most harmful, that gives 100 points, and then small cigars, and then e-cigarettes, which come in about 5% of the risk, and then nicotine replacement therapy, not 100% risk-free, because there's this small risk of, for people with heart conditions.
You've got the 5% of potential harm. How conservative is that? Like, if you were to go through everything today, would it be the same number?
Well, we published that study 5 years ago, and now we have 5 years, more than 5 years more data. We have these excellent biomarker studies. We know much more about what's in e-cigarette vapor and how that might affect bystanders. Not at all is the shorthand for that one. And so, it would depend on the experts you got around the table. But I think looking at the data that we've got, it would be less than 5%. It would be substantially less than 5%.